Measurement conversions. Welcome to Mark's Math Methods. The key to measurement conversions is the units. Let's convert blank yards into feet. Did you notice that I didn't tell you how many yards to convert? We're just going from yards to feet. If we get the units right, the numbers will take care of themselves. So I'm going to start in yards, and I'm going to write yards over 1. But I don't want yards, so I'm going to put yards in the bottom of a second fraction to cancel. And then I'm going to get to feet. So the yards are gone, and now I'm in feet. Hey, that's what I wanted. I wanted feet. So we know that there are 3 feet in 1 yard. And now I need to know how many yards there were to start with. 40. So I put 40 over there. And now I just multiply across, and I end up with 120 over 1, or just 120 feet. So as long as I put the units in the right place, whether I'm multiplying or dividing by the conversion factors, will take care of themselves. So now let's convert yards into miles, rounded to the nearest thousandths. Again, I didn't tell you how many yards, because it's not about the number, it's about the units. So again, I'm going to start with yards over 1. I'm going to multiply by another fraction, but I want to get rid of the yards, so I'm going to put yards on the bottom. And if I know how many yards there are in a mile, I can go direct. And my units are just going to be miles. So let's see. 1 mile is 1,760 yards. That's what I get for running track. 1 mile is 1,760 yards. And now I'm using 40 yards again. And then 40 times 1 over 1 times 1760. 0.0227272727. So it's round to the nearest thousandth, which is that second 2, but the 7 makes that turn into a 3. There we go. Now, how would we convert those yards into miles if we did not know how many yards equaled a mile? Round to the nearest thousandth. Well, I'm still going to start the same way. Yards over 1. I'm going to multiply, put yards on the bottom so that the yards will cancel. I know how many feet are in a yard. I don't want feet, so I need to put feet down here to cancel. But I do remember how many feet are in a mile. And we'll end up with just miles. So 1 mile is 5,280 feet. We know that 1 yard is 3 feet. And we're back to 40 yards again. So now I end up with 120 over 5280. Oh, that's the same number. 0.0227272727. And rounding it to the nearest thousandth. Same decimal value. Yay! So it doesn't matter whether you go direct or you have to use an intermediary. It will still work. It's all about the units. Let's convert from millimeters to hectometers. Metric. Most metric conversions will have to go through meters or liters or grams, okay, depending on what the base unit of whether you're talking distance, volume, or weight. So millimeters, I don't want I'm starting in millimeters. I don't want millimeters. So I'll go cancel the millimeters, go to meters. But I don't want meters. So I'll cancel the meters to get to hectometers. and I'm just left with hectometers. I know that 1 meter is 1,000 millimeters, and 1 hectometer is 100 meters. So depending on what I started with, it would be something times 1 on top, and 1 times 100 times 1,000 on the bottom. And then I would simplify as required by the question. I hope the presentation was helpful. Thumbs up, subscribe, comment. And if you have any problem types you'd like me to demonstrate, there's my address.